Being a middle-ager, one of the most difficult things is seeing our parents age and suddenly moving into a position of trying to give them answers when they were the ones that previously gave us answers. Today, we're going to do a quick little talk on things that you can do to prepare yourself as this new bridge comes up in life. Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth Morosco and I'm the publisher of Kudos magazine. Online you can also find us at cupofkudos.com. In this upcoming quarter, we're going to be talking a lot about caregiving for the caregiver, a topic that a lot of people really just don't even want to talk about until they get to this bridge. And for myself, I've actually walked this journey multiple times, and I'm still learning from what I went through and even from ramifications long after. For those of you that don't know my story, I had a walk through life in which we had 9 deaths in our family in just 2 years. But prior to even getting to the point of those loved ones passing away, several of them required long-term care. And it opened up a whole new world of challenges and a lot of growth, I guess you could say, that happened along that journey. So I received this text from my friend, from another friend that has a parent that's sick and needs more help and has recently moved in with her. And she's going through just the very beginning trial and tribulations, which can be physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally exhausting. And one of the lines in the text that she had sent says, "I have been 4 days straight trying to figure this out." Some typos probably because of neglect of sleep. And then she writes she can't really do anything. If she wants to roll over in bed, she needs help. She can't get up with her own oxygen, and it's so hard of hearing. And, trying to figure this out is just so difficult. Somebody that we love can have a health crisis, and in literally one evening, everything can change. So it's incredibly sad reading texts like this, because I know part of the road ahead. There's a couple different variations of how it can play out, but often for the caregiver, it just becomes so overwhelming because there are massive decisions that often have to be made. Sometimes it can be difficult even communicating with a loved one. But I think one of the key things when this does start to happen is number one, realize right up front you can't do it all on your own. And even if you are Superwoman, Superman, or whoever, you're going to need help, because as an adult needs additional help for caregiving, it can become, I don't even know how quite to explain it, physically draining and lack of sleep and so many other things. But if you have some of the things in place, it can create a situation of loving and healing and peace during a very scary time. Remember, you are not alone. Just like reaching out and getting help, you've got to remember that you're not alone. There may be times that you're there and you feel like no one else understands this path, but I'm here to tell you there's other people that have been down that road. And it's important to dig down and to connect with some of the right professionals that have actual answers, instead of just friends or family that think that they know or understand laws and policies and procedures that are in place. And it really is something that is constantly evolving and changing. So hopefully prior to your loved one getting sick, There were some things put in place with an attorney, such as wills, living wills, power of attorney, things like that. And even if there's not, it's still not too late to get some legal representation involved. Now, one of the reasons why it's important is if you can find the right attorney, they have a better understanding of different laws like, Medicaid, and even laws with, involving getting care for your loved ones. If you're a veteran, or your loved one's a veteran, there's going to be different programs that they'll be better equipped to get you tied into. One of the other things that I want to suggest is that you immediately start looking into different resources in your community, whether it's local senior centers or there are some, I guess you'd call them daycare facilities that can help look over your loved ones, especially for those that suffer from Alzheimer's and dementia. So you'd have to look in your local community for resources. But there may also come a time, too, that your loved one may need more care than they can have, whether living on their own or living with you. And there's a couple of different phases that you can take, whether it is bringing in staff to help with some home care, or looking at assisted living, which have typically multiple layers of help that you can tie in to help your loved one as well. But again, those are all private pay, which can become incredibly expensive very fast. And this is one of the reasons why it's important to reach out to an attorney, a good, reputable attorney that can help protect assets and hopefully secure things as best as possible. And eventually there may be some cases where a loved one needs more help than assisted living, where they can live independently in an apartment and checked in on and have meals provided. There may come a time that they need full-time 24-hour care, which may require, again, either full-time care at home or full-time care in a skilled nursing home. And there's a lot of things that tie into that too. And all of these different pillars, again, have financial implications, including, the need for private pay. Most insurances do not cover those. I think that there's an allowance for, if you're first moved out of a hospital, you get 121 days or something like that through Medicaid. Not a doctor or an attorney or any of those things. I just happen to be a caregiver that has walked down this road with multiple family members, and each of them had their unique story, even with the wisdom that I brought from previous times of doing it. Each story was unique and different, and yours is going to be too. But the biggest thing that you could do to really help yourself or your loved one is to start doing the conversations now, start talking about those things now, start making plans now, start getting a better idea within your community, resources that are available when you don't need them, resources, whether it's home care, senior activities, daycare, assisted living, nursing homes. And this is a topic that I'd like to get into a little bit more, and we're going to work on bringing in some different people to interview and share some wisdom on, these different facets that can happen as our loved ones, need more help. But the big thing that I really want to leave with all of you today that are facing the dilemma of being a caregiver is to know that you're not alone, and to be willing to reach out and ask for help, which can often be a very difficult thing for caregivers. But you don't have to do it all on your own. All right. In the meantime, I am wishing all of you an absolutely beautiful day. I appreciate all of you liking, commenting on this video and commenting, sharing, your insight of what are some things that have worked for you. It does vary from, state to state, and different counties have different programs, but take the time and do the work now, and become familiar and stay up to date. So I wish all of you much peace, love, happiness, and all that good stuff. Have a great day. Bye-bye.